guys. Alright, let's talk about this new rhythm that you're looking at, which is a little wonky, right? Have you never seen anything like this? No. So the first thing you have to know are what these rhythms are. So we know this first rhythm, so let me back out of that. We know this first rhythm right here is the eighth note, which we know gets half a beat. We know this rhythm in the middle is a quarter note, which we know gets one beat. And then we know this last note right here is another eighth note, which gets another half a beat. So when we add all of that up, which is half, 1, half. Now you know math and music are like BFFs. Alright, so let's get rid of that whole number. So we got 1. We know half plus a half, so we just made that a plus sign because we already put that up there. And then we know this is 2 over 2, which equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now this is going to be the weirdest span of 2 beats you've ever read in your life, but it is 2 beats, so keep that in mind, okay? So let me erase. Alright, so far we know this equals 2 beats, okay? What these three rhythms are called altogether is a syncopated rhythm. Syncopation came about with ragtime and the start of jazz, and Scott Joplin really made this thing come alive. It's the rhythms that he played on his piano when he was making some good music. And it was called ragtime. Now, all it is we took this paired eighth note and broke it up. So we were left with this and that, and we just shoved a quarter note in the middle of it. Okay? So that's how we get the 2 beats as well. Now, the way that we read this is we're going to give more emphasis on the eighth note than the quarter note. So the first rhythm of the first rhythm always gets the beat number. So we're going to give this bad boy, this first one, 1. Now, syncopation, you have to know which note is longer than the one before it. So we know that the quarter note is going to be longer than the eighth note because this is a shorter note. We know that the eighth note, the second eighth note, is going to be shorter than the quarter note because it's half a beat. So when we read this, it's going to go short, long, short. Short, long, short. And we're going to span 2 beats. Now when we count this out loud, we're going to go 1 and 1 and. When we clap it, it sounds like this. 1 and. And we're spanning 2 beats. Very important, okay? So, let's get rid of some of this. And we'll do an example. A famous use of, that you would know of, so this gets the number, this is going to be and remember that short, long, short. Famous use of syncopation as well is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that's 1 and 3, 4, 1 and. Yeah, did you know that? No, and now you do. You're never going to hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the same ever again. So let's do an example. Alright, so here's our rhythms. I wrote that kind of close to the bottom. It's okay. We know that this first beat gets the number, so this is 1. We know the quarter note in this triplet is and. We know the next eighth note is and. So, and we know that spans 2 beats, so that's beats 1 and 2. That means that this half note is beats 3 and 4. Okay? Now, let's see if we have 4 beats in the next measure. We have the first quarter note we know gets beat 1. The next quarter note we know gets beat 2. Then, can I start on beat 3? Yes, because the first eighth note of syncopation just gets the number, so this is 3. We know the quarter note is and. We know the last one is and. The last eighth note, sorry. So, and that spans 2 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our time signature is 4 over 4. So the way that would sound would be like this. 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and. You have to hear that second and needs to be, or that first and needs to be longer than the number because it's only an eighth note. Okay, you just have to look at it as the rhythms of, or just look at the value of the rhythms, and that's going to help you read syncopation. All right, I hope that helps. Don't worry, we're going to practice, practice, practice. Okay, bye.